In this video, I am going to complete the oil tanker loading platform for my ethanol plant. You want to see the progress? Check this video out. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome to my channel. This is BNSF 6951. I am Vinny and I will be your host. If you guys are interested in tips, tricks, and techniques on model railroading, then please hit that subscribe button for more videos like this. Also, give me a thumbs up. That'll help my analytics with YouTube. With all that being said, let's get on with this video. See you in a bit. Alright guys and gals, welcome back to part 2 of the tanker loading platform. So, what we're going to do today is we're going to start adding all the handrails and stuff. This is what I used, this is what I'm going to use to paint it. It's Testa's color, and you guessed the color is called yellow. Alright, anyhow, I had to measure each one of the dealies to fit in there because what was more important to me was to get these in the correct position to line up with the tank cars. So I had to cut and fit every one of the handrails. And then here are the stairs with the handrails also. All I need to do now is paint these guys. They're already prepared, ready for paint. Paint them once and then flip them over and paint the other side also. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll bring you back when they're all painted. I'm going to prepare this while I'm waiting. I'll prepare by sanding down the sides here where the handrails are going to attach to, so they have a good joint. Anyhow, we'll be back here in a few minutes. Bye for now. Alright guys and gals, just before we get started with this project, I want to show you a little thing that I picked up this weekend. Dave Shanko, Nolan Nofoli, and myself went to a swap meet. Now I know this is not the right colors for my railroad, but it's the type of locomotive that I like. So, with that being said, let me show you what I bought. Ta-da! It's a UP. Now that price for $60 is a good price, but I got it for cheaper than that. So let's open this puppy up. Oh look, the pilot fell out. And it's in really good condition. It's DC, but can't go wrong. I paid less than $60 for this locomotive, and it's an SD40. So now that all that's been out of the way, let me put this back in this little box. Make sure I don't lose the pilot. There it goes. And put that on there, and we'll close that up. All right. So now what you're looking in front of you is the painted handrails, and I got the stairs. One handrail came off, so I had to re-glue it. So it's drying up right now. But as you can see, I have all the handrails painted, and they are oriented to each side of the platform. How do I know that? Because the one that I'm calling with a broken leg, which is this guy right here, you see his leg is broken? So you know, I call him broken leg, but he's going to be my temporary front. I will fix that eventually. So, put an arrow on here, and I measured and cut this one, this one, this one, which is all of this side, and then this one, this one, this one, this one, all of this side. Now, the other side of this is already painted. I did, however, cover up the bottom where this is going to get glued to this. So, there would be no paint there. So, actually, let's see if this looks like. If I can get this up now without breaking anything. Come on. Hold this guy down. And as you can see, the bottom section down here is no glue. So when I put him on there, he will be, we'll be able to paint it without worrying about paint glue getting on top of paint. Anyhow, I'm going to take all of these off, and I'm going to start putting these on here. By that time, the stairs should be cured. And we'll see what this looks like with all the yellow on there. Actually, I think this yellow's got a bit of orange in it. So, but anyhow, it's a good yellow. We'll continue this in a few minutes, and we'll see how it all looks. See you in a bit. All right, guys and gals, what you can see here is the handrails installed. And in person, this paint looks like it's an orange yellow, not a straight yellow. But on camera, it looks pretty yellow. Anyhow, what we're going to do next is wait for these parts to dry. But I will be installing the stairs, and I will be installing these guys. Now, these guys are the bridge that goes from here to the tank car. I will be putting them in the up position. And then I need to add one more piece on the end here. As you can see, it's still don't have a piece there. And then also I am going to be painting the platform. The platform is going to be good. I am going to glue this all as one piece, so if I ever have to work on it, I can just lift the whole thing off the layout. Anyhow, with all that being said, let me continue on what I'm doing here, and we will be back in a few minutes. This VinnyVid production brought to you by Yankee Dabbler. For all your model railroad needs, check out Yankee Dabbler. Don't forget, 7% discount with BNSF 6951. And by Highways and Byways, awesome street graphics for your roads and streets on your model railroad layout. If you guys are looking for sophisticated model railroad electronics, Logic Rail Technologies has what you need. For a 5% discount on certain items, use code BNSF6951. Alright guys, unfortunately I had to replace a handrail. It was just too short, like for that end piece I was showing you previously. This is the piece here I had to take off because it was too short and it was making the end piece be on an angle. Anyhow, while that is being painted and drying, I went ahead and added the Highways and Byways street graphics yellow lines here, just to get a little bit more detail. Anyhow, this is almost ready to be finished. I'm waiting for those little bridges to dry also because I had to paint the backside. Anyhow, with all that being said, we will be back in a few minutes. Alright guys, as I mentioned earlier, I'm waiting some parts to dry, but instead of standing there watching the paint dry, I decided to do a little weathering on this. There was a kit that was given to me by Dave BNSF, like that. It's got all kinds of weathering stuff in there. I don't know the brand. There is no brand on the thing. But anyway, I'm just gonna kind of give this a little bit of going over here and make it look like it's been used. So we just take a little bit, put on my paper towel there, and I'm just gonna go over this with a very fluffy brush. I call it a fluffy brush. Anyhow, we'll just go ahead and do this. I know you guys are probably not going to see the color change, but just to take some of the new paint look away. That's basically what I want to do. Now in the spots where the actual oil spouts are, I'll probably do a little bit more under those, just to make it look like some drippings or whatever. Now I know ethanol is clear, but I have to make it look like some dripped down on the concrete pad. So let's see. I'm going to hit this again, give it a little bit more. I probably will hit this with some sort of a dull coat or something to seal it all in. And I know you guys probably can't see the difference, but I can in person, so I was hoping you guys can see it, but I guess not. Anyhow, let's I put a couple of little tick marks here where the actual oil spouts are going to be. And I'm just going to put a little bit of something under there. I don't know, let's see, I got a dark brown, I got a gray, I got a darker gray, and this beige color. And this beige color. I think we'll use this lighter beige. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'll put some out on the paper towel there. Okay. And now I have a little tick mark right there, so I'm just going to kind of and there's a tick mark here and another one here. I just don't think you guys can see that either. Yeah, you can. One right there. No. Right there. And right there. And right there. That's all I want, just a little bit of dirt. And I'll be doing the same thing to the structure itself. I'll be just kind of slapping these powders on there just to make it look like it's been used and get rid of the new paint look. So, with all that being said, I guess I'll be back here in a few minutes when all the paint is dry. And then we'll do the reveal. So stay tuned, and we will be back in a couple minutes. Alright, guys and gals, what you're looking at here is the completed model of the oil tanker loading platform for my ethanol plant. As you can see, I got a couple of workers from the ethanol plant up there getting ready to do their work. Man, let me give you a 360 of this. All the hand railing is on there. That was probably the hardest thing to do because I had to measure each one and get them in between the piping, each section of piping and so on. But this is all one unit now. It is glued down to the base. Yeah, so John, you did a great job on this with all these movable spouts. I like that. Yeah, so this is side view right there. And I did do a little bit of weathering, but I am going to do a little bit more. And so I'm going to go ahead and do this. And what I'm going to do is basically I have a few of the powders that I'm going to be using out there. And I'm not particular on how I do this. I just, when in real life, things don't get dirty in sections. They don't get dirty with dirt first. They don't get dirty with rust first. So I'm just going to combine everything, and however it looks, you know. All right, so I'm going to do a little bit on camera, and then I will go off camera, and next time you'll see this will be on the layout as a completed model. Only thing is, I am going to be picking up this piping kit because it has some stuff in there that I could build, but I'd rather just buy it already built. Save me a bunch of time. I'm talking about the stanchions and more elbows and stuff like that. So yeah, so I'm going to be purchasing that kit and work it in conjunction with the first kit that I bought. Anyhow, with all of that being said, let me show you just a little bit of how I'm going to do this weathering, and then we'll get on with it. Now, I told you earlier that I use this fluffy brush, but on this one, we're going to use this really fine point because I want to do some inside of here. So we're going to take a little bit of the rust that I have. I always flick it off so a whole bunch don't come out at one time. And we're just going to go down the middle. Try and get it underneath the roof section there. I don't want to get the guy rusty. Let me move these pipes out of the way. And right down there. So it's just adding just enough to make it like it's been used. I already did some of the top on here. Now, for the next part, I will use my fluffy brush, and what I want to do is just knock down the gloss on the paint here. So I just take any one of these colors, really, and just go over it. You know what? I take this off the turntable. These are so I'll tilt it up like this. And as you can see, I got a brown, a gray, a rust color, and a black. Now that black is intense. I can't use that very much because it will be intense. Now also, I don't know if you guys are going to see this, But I also installed all these bridges that go from the platform to the tank car. So this model is complete, and again, I gotta thank John Tanzillo for doing such a great job on this. And as you can see, I'm just, whatever it is, it is. Now I know that ethanol is pretty clear, but I do want to put some kind of stuff down here on the bottom. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and finish this, and like I said, next time you see this, it'll be on the model, and we'll see how this all works together. So stay tuned, and we'll be back in a few minutes. Alright guys, before I take you out to the layout and show you the absolute finished product, as far as that model kit is concerned, of course there's still going to be lots of piping to be done. But I want to show you another project that John Tanzillo has done for me. And John, I really appreciate all this work that you're doing for me. Anyhow, I needed a cooling tower, and so he 3D printed this cooling tower. Now what's cool about this guy is the way he built it is he did give it separate compartments inside of there, but these vents come out, so I could paint these separately. Anyhow, that part is, boy, Johnny made this pretty tight. There you go. He told me to be very delicate with these, so I am trying to be as delicate as I can. Anyhow, I'll worry about that later. Anyhow, it was my roof that I'll be putting on there. And then he did the fans for me. Now, what's cool about these fans is, number one, he used like a tool for the grating up here, but I can pop the blades out and paint them separate. So that's cool, John. You really thought this out, I'll tell you. John thinks he gets a lot of detail done on his prints. Anyhow, I put it upside down. What I want to do with this, because it's sitting on the ground, is I'm going to build some sort of a structure like this to be under here like this, just to get it off the ground just a little bit. And as you can see, I have already drawn out the way I want to do the structure here. So anyhow, that'll be one of my next projects on my ethanol plant. So with that being said, now we'll get out to the layout. I'll give you a little tour of the ethanol plant, and then we'll show you the finished product of the tanker loading platform. Be right back. Alright guys, we're out here in room number 2, and this is my ethanol plant. Now it is not prototypical for an ethanol plant to be in this area, but I just have enough tankers and hoppers to support the business, so I decided to put it here. This is where all the dry goods will come in and be processed into those silos, those little tankers, right, those storage tanks, and it'll get processed here, blah blah blah, go through there. This kit is loosely based on the Walters kit. They didn't make it in N-scale, so I decided to do it on my own. So all of these buildings, I forget the names of the building. This is processing building, I don't remember. We got the office building there, more tanks here, another building, another processing part here, more storage tanks here, and then the cooling tower I just showed you guys is going to go right there. Then we have these guys. This is HO kit. All the piping from there is going to connect to here somehow or another. And all the piping from there is going to connect. This will be 2 tanks for water for the cooling tower, and there'll be piping and all that kind of stuff. Anyhow, there's enough room on here for 6 tankers, and this is the completed model here. So now I intend for piping to come under here and come down and go out, but over this track, and then connect up to the storage tank.
Anyhow, I hope you guys and gals enjoyed this video, and as always, your questions, comments, input, subs, shares, and the likes are always welcome. For now, that's all, folks. BNSS 6951 of Any Good Production, out for now.